Treyarch just hit us with an absolutely insane tweet today, so make sure you follow me on X. I'll keep you guys updated and everything, but let's look at it. They basically just posted a tweet saying that they have a handful of zombies updates live today, with the main points covering reverting changes from January 3rd that nerfed fun, giving Shadow Rift 4 new buffs, fixing some annoying leftover bugs, and then they're going to update the new Deadlight Greenlight in weeks 2 and 3. The part that I really wanted to highlight was just this nerfed fun. I think that this is really good communication. I think this is something we should celebrate. Definitely keep criticizing them. I'm not trying to defend them for every single thing. I understand that things are upsetting, but this is some really good communication, so let's go look at it. So their statement is just going over the changes from January 3rd. They say that they are focused on making zombies fun and rewarding, which is why they make video games, that they don't always nail it the first time. I will go over the rewarding part later though, because I do have some ideas and I do think that is a big problem right now. But they basically just go over how bugs or exploits can become lower priority as more important issues come up, and that some need to be held for an update further down the line, which is sometimes understandable. But the main highlights are the big game change for Shadow Rift, the shock charge speedrun step for the Terminus Easter egg, and most importantly, this directed mode spawn delays after these 5 looped rounds. They say they know it's not fun to see a fix multiple weeks later for something that wasn't bothering you in the first place, so they're reverting the directed mode changes. So let's look at those first. I actually do think this is the most important one. I did post a guide because they really jacked up camo grinding in this game. But once they released the directed mode for Citadel, they actually just made the best camo grind even after the nerf. So by removing the extended time between rounds in directed mode, they're just buffing our current strategy that's already the best, and now it's just the best way to get headshots. And now they're even just making it really good for Opal because you'll just get constant special zombie spawns. So if this is really all you care about when it comes to the changes, I totally understand. Just leave a like and subscribe, and then go head over to my tutorial. I have it linked in the description. The video looks like this. But now that we have that one out of the way, let's go check the rest of these changes. So I'll first go over this Shadow Rift change. I think Shadow Rift was kind of a one-trick pony, so I'm not sure how much this would really help it, but it is a buff. So if we look at the changes, they just upped the activation rates, and then they decreased the cooldown timer. This is a net buff for it, but I still just think that insta-killing the elites wasn't that broken. Like, yes, it is really good, but now I just kind of don't see myself using it. Let me know what you think about this change. I still think that it's not quite the best, but I am just glad that they're buffing it, giving it some sort of attention, because I don't really use this one. This next one is fast. It's just the shock charge tactic from the Terminus Easter egg. So it says that the first 2 are live now, and that this one's going to need some extra testing. A lot of these bugs are patched because of performance issues, so I will say if that's ever the case, I do actually support them patching them. But this is a PvE game, so making the game a little bit easier is really not that big of an issue. As long as we're having fun, that's really the main point. So them actually going out of their way to make sure that it's back in the game and not just devalidating runs and being just a big pain, I actually think that's really good. So this is definitely a great change. Also a little shout for the Aether Shroud, active with the Void Sheath augment. When you had a sword, it would crash, but now they fixed that today as well, so that's good. But lastly, this is kind of where a ton of people were super upset because the round cap was only 10, which yes, I agree. I do think that's kind of boring and weird. So now they added Liberty Falls to the map selection, which is good. I don't know if they always planned on that happening. I'm pretty sure they did. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like, oh, look, we're doing this for fun, or if this was always meant to happen. I don't know. You can let me know if adding it was supposed to always be a thing or not. I can't remember. I haven't really paid too much attention to that, but it is a good thing. And then next, they're increasing the round cap to 20 before exfil, which I do think that's good. I think past round 20, it might get decently difficult, but they do talk about how they added Liberty Falls, of course, and they extended the round cap to 20, and now they're talking about a week 3 round cap extension. So I don't know if that was always meant to happen too, or if that's just because of the feedback. My biggest criticism is that I actually don't think the round cap is that big of an issue. I think once you hit 20, like, that's fine. This kind of ties back to what I was talking about earlier about the rewards. I know that if you use a Squid Game operator, you get extra XP, which I do think that's actually good, but I will say that I think that there needs to be some sort of reward for playing playing any LTM. So any of these LTMs, whether it's this one, whether it was the Christmas one, or any future one, I think that there needs to be better rewards, because they talk about how they want to ease players into the LTM with a single map and a round 10 cap exfil, make sure they get a majority of players a chance to be successful. But when you're talking about rewarding your players for playing the game, when you make a limited time mode, you don't necessarily need to bring in FOMO, or the fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out on stuff, but you do want to prioritize playing that limited time mode. I don't know, in just a couple minutes I even came up with an idea. Like, say they upped it to like a 30 round cap, and you have exfils at 10, 20, and 30. Say you do the round 10 exfil, you would get 2 guaranteed gobblegums. The problem with guaranteeing gobblegums is that they make money off of gobblegums, so they can't just hand them out like candy, but they literally are candy, and it's in a PvE game, and it's for fun. So say you exfil at 10, you should get 2 gobblegums guaranteed. 1 is a whimsical, and 1 can be anything. Now say you get to the round 20 exfil, that reward changes to 3 guaranteed gobblegums. 1 whimsical, 1 guaranteed purple or higher, and then 1 random gobblegum. Rewards like that would incentivize playing the LTM and even optimizing it and just having a good time and grinding for gobblegums, instead of just walking around standing still and shooting zombies. You add an incentive to play the game, and for people like me, I just like grinding things, and now I have a really good gobblegum farm that, sure, I may not be working for camos, I may not be working for other things, but I know that I'm just getting a bunch of gobblegum, and it feels really rewarding. And it's not enough to where it's really that broken, because then if they upped it to 30, I think getting to 30 would actually be pretty difficult, and you wouldn't add gobblegums, but what you would do is make the reward 3 gobblegums, 1's a whimsical, and the other 2 are purples or higher. So now there's kind of a strategy to grinding this new LTM, where if you just want a bunch of gobblegums, just get to around 20 and exfil. But if you're only looking for higher rarity gobblegums, then you go to 30 and you really push your chances and push your luck, and you try and get better at the game, and then you get rewarded for it. I just think that they're talking about focusing on making zombies fun and rewarding, but a lot of zombies doesn't feel that rewarding. Like, I think doing Easter eggs should give you gobblegums. I think that there should really be reasons to grind zombies instead of just going in, playing a game, shooting, exfilling, and getting off. I do enjoy playing the Easter eggs and things, but there's only so many times you can just do the same Easter egg over and over and over that it's really that fun, or it definitely doesn't feel rewarding. I think that's the biggest flaw with these LTMs, especially the red light, green light, is just how rewarding it is. You don't really get anything out of it. There is an event pass, but you can level that up by doing anything in the game, whether it's multiplayer. I'm pretty sure you can do it in Warzone. You can do it in zombies. It's not really a zombies thing, but I think finding a reward for playing zombies and playing zombies LTMs is really the focus, and I think that's the main criticism we should really be pushing. But definitely let me know your ideas in the comments. I want to hear everybody else's opinion on that. Feel free to critique my idea or add on to it or subtract from it if you think it's a little much. They also confirmed a couple little changes, like separating HUD between multiplayer and zombies and adding a way to track challenges in game. So there is a lot of stuff to look forward to in the future. Hopefully they can push these updates out fast. I in no way defend every single thing that they're doing, but I do think that we need to be a little bit more patient and just really think about the critiques that we're making. Kind of like how I'm talking about how rewarding the game is, I think that there's just some more fundamental flaws that the game has, and that just the little things really add up and just add to it. But feel free to let me know your thoughts. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure to go check out my camo guide. It's in the description below. Feel free to ask me any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.